Hello, and thank you for joining me live tonight. I'm going to be going live while I try out my new all-in-one dicer that I'm super excited about. And it's supposed to make my cooking life so much easier, but I'm really about to make Wendy's Baconator burger. And all 3 layers, square patties, bacon, cheese, exactly like it from home. I'm going to show you how to make square hamburger patties, and I'm going to show you how to make some homemade fries. So before we get into the burger, we have all of our ingredients over here, and thank you for joining me live. I feel like I have a hair on my face, sorry. It's my hair. Thank you. Thank you, ALEJAND. Thank you for joining. I hope you're having a good night. And I will try to read my comments as they come. Thank you. Hello. We're going to start by chopping up some, let's see, can I still get? Love you forever from Keen. Hello. Thank you. I love you forever too. Okay, so this cool little chopper you can get on my description below. After the live video, I'll load this link. But this is my brand new chopper. It has like a whole compartment, and I'll show you how we're going to use this. And then we actually just have to put our potato on top, and it's supposed to make our french fries. So we're going to start with our french fries, and we're going to end with our bacon burger. And let's get started. Alex. Hello, Alex. I really butchered that one, didn't I? Okay. Alright, so I have already, these are going to be my french fries, okay? So I have already washed, cleaned, and cut up, peeled the outer part of my onion. So I'm going to see how this works on live television in my home kitchen. You see it here first. Alright, so this has this little grate thingy in it. And that's the one that's supposed to be for french fries. So we are going to take one of these potatoes, and we are going to see if this works. I think. How does this thing work? Oh, maybe you just don't, maybe you take the, maybe I should have seen before I started this video. Alright, wait. Okay, I think you can take that part out. But I think it goes like, oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, maybe it doesn't cut french fries. I think it's working. What do you guys think I'm doing? Alright, hello, thank you for joining. It's a little bit harder to see the YouTube comments on on this view, so if I don't see your comment, leave me another comment so I can see that one. I think I'm gonna like, maybe that part is what this part is for. After you like get it started. I'm supposed to be promoting this thing. Alright, so now I'm gonna put my little pusher on there, and that will finish getting my fries through. And what do you know? It actually cut up french fries. Can you see my french fries? I used to have one of those a long time ago. Oh, okay. Did it work for you a long time ago? Maybe I'm just too blonde to use it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I really do like this one. I'll put it in the link so you can just click on it, and it'll take you right to where you can order it. Obviously I still got to figure it out, but that's a pretty perfect french fry. And it's actually going to taste really good. Let me see your comment before it goes away. Oh, cooking french fries. Yes. So I'm actually cooking a Wendy's Baconator burger. Exactly like Wendy's copycat recipe. But to go with the burger is the fries. So we're actually going to start with the fries and then get to the main event. If we could get past this cutter. So, alright. That actually, once I got it started, those are actually pretty perfect. And I'm going to leave them in my tray here, because I want to show you how to put some water and vinegar to make your fries crispier. So I'm going to try a different potato. And maybe if I don't cut myself here. Alright, so maybe there's like, maybe you just wiggle it. That seems dangerous, right? How do you use this thing? They look good. Yeah, they do look good, don't they? They look easy on the box. It's just like, but maybe it's not supposed to make French fries. Maybe I got the wrong thing. Okay, I don't know what to do here. I feel like I'm gonna break something. Yeah, I don't know. Any suggestions? Okay, it was very hard for you to use it too. That's probably why you stopped using it. Alright. I really should have probably played around with this. I know there's probably an easy trick to it, but I just don't see one other than it breaking. Alright, maybe we'll just see if we could cut this potato where it is. Maybe if I cut my potatoes up first. Maybe. Alright. Is it gonna be some dysfunctional French fries? Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna use the back of my knife to get that. No, I'm not. I'm gonna use why isn't that working? Please, by all means, try one of these out. Oh man. Alright, there it goes. You have to just use it right. That's how it works. User error. Alright, so I'm probably gonna I do need another potato though. So I'll just probably try to do it like I did that one. And making French fries. Attempting to make some French fries. Cut a girl a break. Just kidding. Alright. It feels the whole thing shouldn't make out of metal. You're right. It does feel like it should be made out of metal because the plastic part is what makes me feel like I'm going to break it. Make a salad with some ranch and some bacon. Yeah, I do actually have some salad. I mean some lettuce and some ranch and some bacon because we're going to be putting some bacon on there. So I could definitely make a salad too. But I love me some French fries. If this doesn't work, I'll have to go for the salad. Alright, that's how people get hurt in the kitchen. Alright, that one actually worked mostly. And I think if I think it's because I have a lot in the bottom, but that was it right there. It's getting actually easier to use. And I have a whole tray of some fat French fries. Alright, so I'm going to take these. I probably will do some more because I love French fries. I really do. I love French fries. Any French fry recipe you want to see, just let me know. Good afternoon. What are you making? Hello, Dog Central. I'm making Wendy's Baconator cheeseburger with some air fried French fries. So that's actually probably enough on the potatoes because they have to fit into these little papers in the air fryer. That's going to be how I'm going to cook my French fries today. So I'm going to stop here at this many, 2.5 potatoes. But I'm also going to chop up an onion in a second because I like to put the onion in with the fries in the air fryer. Just trust me, it'll be good, okay? But the Baconator is going to be just like Wendy's Baconator. It's going to have the exact same meat patties, square thing, the bacon, the cheese, the bun. It's going to be exactly the mayonnaise and ketchup on top, exactly like Wendy's Baconator burger, copycat. The fries are my own little twist. So I'm going to turn my air fryer on to air fry because I like air fried potatoes. They taste really good. And I'm just going to leave it at the regular settings. This is also a George Foreman grill. And you probably have seen me use it in like every live video. But I just realized it was a George Foreman air fryer. And I really, really do like this. And if you want like an all-in-one, it's a great idea. And it doesn't get your house too hot. Like the oven, it's way cooler than the oven. And it does everything. Grill. Thank you for joining. Sanch. Maybe push it halfway down with your hand, then squish it with the top. That's very good. Very good. That probably actually would work. I will have to try that. I'm going to throw away the spotted potato. I will try that on these for my next batch. This is what I like to do to my potatoes to make them not so starchy. If you pour a little bit of water, if you soak them in water, so I'm going to make a mess here, and then what you do is you pour a little bit of vinegar. Just regular vinegar, because it's not going to actually be in the potato. It just takes the starch out of the potato. So just a little home remedy to squirt a little bit of vinegar on your potatoes, some vinegar water. And it makes your potatoes crisp, crunchier, less starchy, better tasting. So I didn't really think about them not, I thought it would probably work as a bath. But it doesn't cover all the french fries, so I'll probably just have to put them in there. I hate the smell of vinegar. Okay, alright, so I'm going to put my french fries in here. And you can see the vinegar is literally taking the starch off the potato. And that's what you want for your crispy potatoes. So I'm just going to soak them in here, and then I'm going to pour the water out, use the strainer in my sink here. Oh wow. Got potatoes everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. Almost had potatoes everywhere though, for real. So this is the first time I've used this instrument, and I'm gonna have to say, I really do like all the gadgets this has. Other than the fact that, like, you know, the potatoes probably the hardest thing I'll be cutting up on this. I bet it'll work really good on the onions and like the softer stuff. So that's actually what I wanted, was just to rinse them in a little vinegar bath. And then they're actually going to go into our cooking tray. And I'm going to double this, because I haven't used these before either. But I will have a link for them. And they're really cheap too. And they keep your air fryer cleaner, because that's not always fun to clean. Okay. Who do we have? Thank you for joining 6307 whatnot. What are you planning on seasoning the fries with? Good question. I plan on seasoning the fries with my usual concoction, plus a few other things, which I'm about to show you. Do love all your beautiful streams. Thank you for joining. Thank you for enjoying my streams. Figure I might as well be cooking with somebody other than just myself, right? Okay. Spices. What am I going to spice them with? This is my go-to. So I use the no salt Creole. Can you see? It's a little light. So that's stuff. Oh, not in there. Alright. Let me get a little more organized here. So, here are my two papers. I'm going to put my fries into my paper. And I don't want to overwhelm it. I don't want it wet. I just want just the fries. And I'm going to, not too many to where they won't cook evenly, but just enough to have, like, you know, a good couple sides out of it at a time. And then you have more for your next batch. So, putting that aside, I'm also going to use my chopper before I spice my fries. Before I season my fries, I use a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. I go crazy on my fries. Okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of slap your mama, but don't slap your mama, just the spice. And I'm going to do some of this, and some of this. So we're going to, like, do, like, you know, everything, pretty much. Thank you for joining. Hello, hello. I can't ask, I keep missing my YouTube. They show it to me for like 1 second, then it disappears. So if I don't read it, send it again. I'll be quicker, like this. It is so hot being in the kitchen in a sweater, but I'm trying to be a little more appropriate here. So, onions. I need a few onions to go in with my fries because I'm going to show you how they caramelize next to the potato. It is like, makes your french fries a delicacy. So, I need my little thing though. These are ready for my next batch, so I'm just going to cut the onion on top of it, and then it'll be ready, and then I can put the other ones on here. So I'm going to actually cut this in half to a smaller piece, and I kind of want the same size strips as my potatoes, kind of. So I'm going to, because the onions have rings as well, so I think if I put it in this one, it's supposed to be an all-in-one cutter here. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so if I put my onion cube right here, I almost got, oh, okay. Well, that makes sense because sometimes the outer layer is stuck, so. That went in there. Let's see what they look like. They're diced. And they're small little pieces. Alright, so I need a few more of those though. Maybe I should check. I'm just going to keep the same adjustment piece because that's going to take me forever to find a different one. And maybe I should have done it whole. It probably would have gone through the holes better. Don't give a blonde a new tool. Just kidding. Yeah, again, everything but those smaller layers, or the outer layers went through, which sometimes those are like too hard to eat anyways, like in a in fries. This is supposed to be a side, so I don't want hard onions in my side. Alright. So I don't want too many, I just want a few. And that actually, once you get the hang of it, it works really good. I will have this in a link in my description if you want to try it out yourself. But that actually, now that I know how to use it, it's not, it kind of is an all-in-one cutter because you know how long it takes to cut up an onion? Like forever. So, I think we have a winner. Now I'm going to take half of these onions out, and I'm going to put them in here with my, thank you, chopper. I'm going to put half of these onions in here on top of my fries like this, because I want the onions to be seasoned the same as the fries. So, let's get to that seasoning. And these are actually going to, you're not really going to notice the onions, I promise. By the time the french fries cook, your onions will caramelize and it'll be sweet and it'll be delicious. So here is a whole batch for the next round. But I have some onions in my eyes. Okay, it's a little bit potent over here. We have squished it. Alright. I'm going to now just go to town on my potatoes. Is this a good spot? Okay. So I'm going to first start with olive oil. And potatoes and olive oil are best friends. They were made for each other. They're like, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend. Olive oil and potatoes. Okay? That goes. They live happily ever after. Oh, this is brand new, so that's right. I just bought this. I couldn't find the fresh cilantro for my tacos I'm going to make in another video. Thank you, Weslin, for joining. We're actually making Wendy's Baconator cheeseburger. But we're just going to throw these fries in our air fryer, so by the time we're done with our burger, our fries will be ready. And I'm going to start off with a little kick of cilantro. And on my other green spice, my green leaf, is going to be a little parsley. And that's going to give me my, like, green herb flavor. Pepper, definitely pepper. Don't go light on the pepper. Potatoes really need a lot of pepper too. Salt and pepper. Flavor. All kinds of flavor. I like to kick it up with a little bit of crushed red peppers. Don't go too crazy because they'll really absorb the heat. But potatoes absorb heat. So it's actually a nice little combo. So I just do it nice, thin, a few, just need a few. A little bit goes a long way. And then this is my go-to, which it's the same thing. This is new. I'm going to use my no salt Creole because I get enough salt in this. That's why I don't do the Creole salt. I want all the heat flavors that they put in this beautiful mix of spices. And I do. I get spices everywhere, so do it somewhere where you can make a mess. See, I basically want them to change colors. That's how spicy I want them. Okay? Because, again, that's not salted. And then, last, I will put a little... Actually, I probably won't use paprika because I'm pretty sure in one of these it's in there. So, I'm going to do this. It's a new spice that I just started using, and I really like it. It's just a whole nother combination of flavors. And my main ingredient, a few fries with a whole bunch of garlic salt. And I might be able to add a few more french fries to this, but we'll see. So that's my beautiful chunks of garlic salt in there. And now I'm going to use my favorite spoon. I like these metal slotted spoons. And we're going to mix those up. So that actually probably did save me time in chopping up the potatoes and the onions, because that actually really could take up to like an hour or a half an hour. You know, chefs really do have the sous chefs, just because that part does take up a long time. So I still think it was worth it once you get the rhythm of the smashing. Which, by the way, please smash my likes, my bell, and my subscribe if you haven't already, because it definitely helps me out. I heard you use vinegar in the beginning. How did you use it? Oh, the potatoes. You soak your potatoes in a vinegar bath. So you basically want to get a bath, fill it mostly with water, or about like a third, like this, yeah, like a little below halfway with water so you don't overflow it. And then you just pour like a few things of vinegar in there, and then you put your french fries. You just put your french fries in whole. And the vinegar soaks the starch out of the fry and makes it more crispier when you cook it. So, a lot of restaurants use that trick. It's the vinegar water fry trick. And it's used in any form of potato when you want your potatoes crispier. So, I'm not a fan of vinegar, but I do love to give my potatoes a vinegar bath. They taste better. Alright, so, let's see here. I have these about mixed up, and I haven't used these papers before, so hopefully they work. But that's why I got the paper, because I want to be able to just pick my mess right out of the air fryer, and hopefully that'll allow me the ability to do so. And look at how beautiful these could even be, like Christmas fries. Look at those. See those? See if I can bring them to you without dropping them, huh? See those beautiful French fries? But it appears maybe I'll put them in a different one, or another one on the bottom. Alright, one more. Potatoes are heavy, we put 3 on there. I'm going to open up my air fryer. I've already had it running, so it's nice and hot. And hot. There we go. And I'm just going to set these into my air fryer. And then I'll turn this back around so you can see it. And again, these settings are on my George Foreman air fryer, which you can get in the link below. After I post this video, I will link my nifty stuff here. But you just put it in there. You don't have to use this paper. I'm just hoping that it makes it easier for me. But you just set it in there and forget about it. That's the best thing about the fryer, is you could have just chopped up some basic fries, not even seasoned them, and thrown them in there, and they'd be ready in like 10 minutes. So, we will just let that do its own thing. I'm going to turn it back up because I've had it warming up for a while, so it's not at 25 anymore. So, I don't think it'll take 25 minutes, but we'll just throw it and leave it. That looks great. Thank you. Yes, they look and taste delicious. I really, really like the onion additive. Adding the onion makes it like a whole new dish. So we shall see how pretty that comes out. And next up on our to-do list is season our meat. So now we gotta get our meat ready for our burger. So I have brochet buns, and I like these ones a lot because they're nice and soft. They're very soft. So we have our buns. I have to clean my station. You guys, I have to clean this real quick. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully my hair doesn't knock the camera down. Okay. So, that was just potato juices. The meat juices is now about to get everywhere. I'm going to show you how to make a flat burger patty. And all you need is a cookie sheet and a rolling pin and some wax paper. And eventually a knife, or a butter knife. Alright, I'm going to put this to the side. And we are going to cook our bacon. But first, yeah, let's get our bacon cooked. I do cook my bacon in the microwave, and I'm going to show you how. So this is my ground beef that I will be, it's kind of gross looking. I love to eat it, but I don't like to look at it. I'll put it right here because I don't need this anymore. And then of course, your other condiments that you're going to need are some cheese slices, some mayo, and ketchup. So, we got our buns and our sauces. That's really how simple the sauce is. You can spice up your sauce at home however you like. I usually like to mix like ranch and ketchup and a little bit of relish and all kinds of stuff, but I'm a, what do you call that? Condiment fan? More condiment than my food? Do you guys like condiments? It looks much easier using the rolling pin method. Yes. So, I was going to, this is also, if you have one of these, great. If you don't worry about it, but this is how we're going to get it flat and thin. This is how we're going to get the shape of it. We'll cook the bacon in a minute. So, in the microwave, by the way. Perfect bacon in the microwave. Alright, so this is about the size of the cookie sheet that I want to work with. And the reason for that is because if you can see the depth of this pan, once that size, it's like a ½ inch. I think it might be an inch, but it's like a ½ inch. But by the time that cooks down on the grill, it's going to be like the Wendy's size flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wax paper actually inside. It's easier to work with like that. Inside my paper, like that. And then I'm going to put my ground beef on top. And then I'm going to like roll it out. But I have to get some space to do so because I got stuff everywhere. So let me put my spices. I guess you'd have to spice the meat first. Don't make spiceless meat patties. Okay, and I don't need the oil anymore. I can put that away too. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to season my meat while I have everything here so I can put it away. I do the same combo. I like my meat flavored. If you just want the Wendy flavors, just do some salt and pepper, a lot of pepper. But I'm going to, because this is a lot of meat right here. This is about, I think these are like the 3-pound tubes. I'm not sure. I just threw the wrapper away. But these are the big tubes, so I'm hoping to make a whole lot of extra patties that I could just warm up for snacks or lunch or whatnot, which I have got. Oh. my hated lunchbox came in the mail, so I'll be showing you how that works and if it does work in another video coming soon. So they're just going to keep coming. We're going to keep coming with stuff to show you guys. And so I'm going to finish this whole thing, put this whole thing in here. I never knew how much to use of each condiment. On the Wendy's burger, it's probably about a tablespoon to probably like, they probably put like 1 tablespoon mayo and 1 tablespoon ketchup on top. But if you're talking about like the actual special sauce that you make, I usually do equal ingredients of ranch and ketchup. And then I do about 2 tablespoons of relish. So if you don't like ranch, you could use mayo and ketchup. But that's just pretty much what happens when you put the bun on top of the mayonnaise and the ketchup. It mixes it together. It just doesn't have the relish. So that's like that In-N-Out burger sauce. It's like probably about like 50% ketchup, 50% ranch mayo mix, and then like a couple tablespoons of relish. And then if you like pickled relish, dill relish, or sweet relish, that makes a difference on the flavor of your sauce as well. That's complicated. Not really. Okay, so this is done for. We've got every last enjoyment out of this can. You gotta love spices. Spices are nothing but good for you. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Slap Your Mama. It's kind of like it evens out the heat ratio flavors, but it still has heat in it. I think it might have some brown sugar in it. I'm not sure though. My favorite, garlic salt. We're going to do a lot of this because this is my salt component. You got to salt your meat. And I usually just cover my food with it. I guess I've been doing it for so long I don't really measure out my, what do you call these? I don't really measure out my spices. Spices. Alright. So, that looks like a good amount of salt. And I still want the flavor of the beef itself. I'm going to add some crushed red pepper. And again, I just want a little bit. So I'd probably say about a tablespoon to 3 pounds. Oh, I got a comment. Make some greens and... Oh, green eggs and hams? Okay, I know how to make green eggs and ham too. I really do. That would be a fun video. I'll make that video. I got a few more videos in front of it, but I'll definitely do that. Especially because it's about to be ham season. Turkey Day is almost coming back. So I went a little kick today in my meat. And I'm going to put some pepper. We're going to put a little more pepper like that. We're going to pepper it because theirs definitely has a lot of pepper. Okay, I'm not putting this in my meat. I can put a little bit of paprika. And then this we already added. That's the new one. So those are our spices for our meat. And now the trick to your meat. I do also put some on top while I'm cooking it too. So just in case I didn't get it enough in the mixture. Let's hear. So the trick is to not overmix your meat to make your hamburger juicier. So I kind of just want to chunk it up a little bit, divide and conquer a little bit, but it's kind of hard to avoid just really mixing it with my hands. It's usually how I do it. This is a lot of meat though, so I really just kind of want to loosen it up because I'm going to roll it out and that's going to smash it even more. So I'm going to try to keep this part like light and fluffy, but still mixed together. Which, this meat is still really cold. I kind of halfway de-thawed it in my refrigerator so it wouldn't go bad. And there'll just be pockets of flavor that come out while the meat is cooking, basically. And I'm kind of turning, twisting and turning and getting hamburger meat everywhere because I want to make it airy. I want to make it like lighter. I'm going to get shorter for a minute. This is me without my heels on. I like the cold tile on my feet. I never knew how much to use the V to the condiments. Yep. And there's still a little frozen chunk in here. So usually want your meat evenly thawed. Alright, so this is actually kind of just roughly mixed in here. And I'm going to add more on top, so I'm not too worried about how well it is. I just don't want any big spots. You gotta put some elbow grease into this. So I just don't want any, I don't want it to be smushed together. I want it puffed out. Are you making 3 pounds of meat? Yes. Yes, I am. I am making 3 pounds of meat for Wendy's Baconators. No, actually, I plan on making all the patties square, and then I'm going to put some in my refrigerator to just make different kinds of burgers with it. I just like to cook my meat all at one time so that I don't have to keep cooking. You know, it's just right there for me to warm up in my air fryer or something, which I do a lot. This saves me a lot of time. If you want to spend $100 on something that's going to do everything you need in your kitchen, when I say everything, I mean like air fry, roast. You could put a roast in here. You could bake. I use the broil and the grill. Keep warm if you don't like, if you're cooking. I love talking to you too, but I didn't get to see the rest of the message. Send it again. I don't know why they have it up there for like a few seconds. I'll have to like check my timing editing or something. But yeah, this also will keep it warm, or high slow cook, low slow cook. Like, it's pretty fancy, and it's definitely saves my heating or my cooling bill because it doesn't get that hot, and it saves my time, which is even more important. So, because I get lost in the kitchen like all the time. Are you gonna eat that by yourself? Eventually, yeah. I'll probably have some help with a few hamburgers tonight, but the rest of them I will probably eat myself. Well, you get 3 patties in 1 burger, okay? Alright, so make sure you can see all this. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this out of my way for a minute. And I'm gonna need room to roll. So I'm going to get my baking sheet and my rolling pin. And I'm going to put this whole thing on here, and if I have extra, I'll make another one. Hopefully, I kind of only need half in here. It's okay if the spices are still all mixed up like that. It's not a big deal. I really just don't want it smushed too badly. So I'll just mix that in on top of the thing here. And I think I can actually get like 2 out of this one because I want them really thin. So I'm going to just kind of work it out and put a chunk of this back in the bowl. And let's put another chunk in there. Alright, hopefully that'll give us a few more burgers. I thought this was going to make more because I think I'm going to make like 4 tonight. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. That's like 12 patties. Alright. So I'm going to just kind of like slowly kind of spread this out a little bit. So I know I got enough to roll evenly. Like so. Okay, like that. And then we are going to get our rolling pin, and we are going to, I haven't actually done this, but it just theoretically thought it would work, so don't laugh at me if it doesn't. It will though. Are you getting me? Oh, yes. Alright, so I'm just going to play with this till I get it how I want it. And just like everything in life, rolling is never easy. Alright, so I'm going to smash this down. Here's my rolling pin. And I'm going to get a little dirty with this. There we go. And I might just use my fingers, maybe. There we go. We're getting somewhere. And see, if you get too much, then it'll just smush down, but I probably didn't put enough in there because I need to make sure I can get 12 out of this whole thing, which you think you would be able to. I might have to use my hand or the spoon a little bit. Let's see. How do we get 12? They're about that big, right? Well, they cook down. So probably 1, 2. We'd have to try to squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 that way. Or 2 this way. Like that. Some of them might be kind of tiny, but that's alright. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'd be exactly 12 burgers though, which is what I need. So if that's the case, then I'm going to add, you can already smell that cooking. Ooh, look how good that looks. And now you can, oh, you can't probably see. Get my potato spoon, and I'm going to stir my potatoes up just a little bit because they get crispy on the top, not so crispy on the bottom, so sometimes I just like to give them a little stir. And I'm about to probably put in the other ones, but these are looking so good. And stay tuned to the end to see how they really finally look. Look how this piece here, the papers work. The papers definitely work, but look how crispy this piece already got. Definitely crispy. Oh, I'd rob me of my fingers. That probably wasn't a good idea. Okay. So, I'm going to smush this into place and then give it one more good roll. Because this is going to be 12, this is going to be enough for my 12 burgers. And I want them to be nice and evenly fat. I want all my burgers to be the same size. Thanks for watching me live. I hope you're enjoying the mess I'm making in my kitchen. But this is really a good way to get your square burgers. And so those little pockets of flavor are just going to burst into the burger when they cook. And it's going to be really tasty. So I don't want it too smushed down. But I want it enough to where it'll stick. And enough to where each patty will be the right size. And I'm going to just fill up my corners. And this one last corner here. And then I'm going to cut my burgers. And then when I pull this paper out, you will see we will have 12 hamburger patties. So here we go. And then let's just bring back our rolling pin one more time. Just have fun. Because why not? Oh, I see a comment. More love with your cakes. Oh, thank you, King. Okay, so get the hair out the kitchen. And don't knock that over. And here we go. I'm going to roll this over kind of like this. And I'm going to roll this back this way, kind of like that. And roll that side. And roll it in the middle. And bam, we have, check this out. We're about to have burgers. Alright, so I'm going to take my knife here. I'm going to take the back of my knife. Or the front of the knife. I don't know. I don't want to cut the paper though. Alright, and I'm going to like put out my lines before I cut so that they look even. You could use a ruler if you're really need it to be the exact size. But I'm going to kind of just eye it here a little bit. So we're not counting that line. And we're in a little bit here. Not counting that line. This is an art project. I didn't know if you knew that. Wendy's Baconator art project. Can you show the onions or where? Oh yeah. They are in small pieces. Here. Probably ready to come out. Here's my potatoes for you. So, this is kind of like what it's looking like. Right here. And they're in little tiny pieces. So they got cut into small little squares with the chopper. And then I'm just waiting for these big pieces to cook. And this will be ready. And then I'll probably make another potato one because that's almost more like one size of my serving. Oh, that's enough for me. I just want to share my potatoes. Alright, so here we have it. Alright. Here we have it like that, okay? And then we have another one in the middle, like that. And then we have another one over here somewhere, like that. Somewhere right there. Is that big enough on the end though? Alright, so we'll go this way. And then I'm just going to cut it with a meat knife. And just make a nice little wiggle it back and forth. So each one forms its own side up against the blade of the knife. And then turn it this way and do the same this way. Wiggle it back and forth so that it knows it's no longer attached to the other party. There we go. We are separate here. We are a separate burger patty. Alright, now we're just going to do that throughout the rest of the squares. And remember, this is meat, so you do have to cut it, you know, wiggle it a little bit. Play with it some. And then we're going to wiggle it back and forth so it knows it's separate burger patty. That's funny because they probably have square like patty molds that you can get at the store. I don't know if they do or not, but this way is actually pretty sensible to me. So, especially when you're making so many patties, you could just cut it like a food tray. Oh, the big onion rings. Okay, all right, I can definitely. So, you're gonna want to put it in a milk bath, like in a batter, in a liquid batter. So, like fried fish, like tempura style almost. Onion rings have to be in a wet batter to be fried, and they do make a lot of mess in your fryer. So you want to make sure you have a big pan to do it, so grease doesn't splatter everywhere. Because you got it, the moisture in the wet batter really crackles and makes it really crisp. But it has to be wet to hold on to the onion. And if you soak your onions in buttermilk or milk, I don't like buttermilk, but milk, before you batter them, the batter will stick better. So, there's a whole process to it, but I'll definitely do that in upcoming videos. So I have green eggs and ham and onion rings coming soon. And then I'm going to cut these into thirds and see how they're already looking like square patties. So I think right here, right about here maybe. Whew. All right. It is hot in here, but not as hot as it would be if my oven was on. But I am melting because I'm in a sweater and it's summer. Thanks YouTube for having clothing guidelines. No fun. But I do have a couple aprons and a chef hat coming, so I can hopefully get a little more comfortable in summertime, because kicking in a sweater is ridiculous. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing down this row. And I'm going to wiggle it apart. Just like that. And then I'm going to flip it so I can wiggle it this way. And just like that. I'll probably have to take my fries out so they don't burn. Just like that. Let me get some oven mitts. I've got so much usage out of these things. Ooh, a comment. Talk to me, baby. I really, really do love your baby cakes. Aw, thank you. Can I say your name right? I really failed in grammar. So yeah, I got a lot of uses out of these gloves here. So let's see here. I am going to have to turn my station to the side. Here we go. I don't think these are too hot to pull out. Look at that. See how gorgeous those look? And the smell, they're going to be very tasty. Very, very, very tasty. Now I have another one to cook, but I got to put this on a plate. Excuse me. Alright. I'm going to have to try not to eat that whole thing. Alright. I will make me some more fries here in a minute, but I'm going to turn that off for a second. And I don't need these. Oop. Alright, so we have our meat patties. And I just like spending time with you guys, taking my time cooking. But this really, if you just focus and stuff, it doesn't really take that long. And then one more slice here, and our burger patties will be made. And just wiggle it. And that also keeps the sides together from turning round when you get to the pan frying. Okay, so I'm going to pull my parchment paper off of my tray, like so. And then when you move it to the side, I need more space. I need a bigger kitchen. Alright, so when you pull it to the side, you will notice that you have a square patty. And of course, they might need a little bit of care, but look at that. That's a square patty. All the way around it. That's going to cook down to a square too. So, these are a little bit thicker than I wanted, but they will do. They will do, and that's the corner there. So basically, all of these are already made up. Each one is already pulled apart and ready to go in the pan, just like that. Ready to pan cook. Pan cook. Pan cook. And we will be cooking in the dark. My light has its own temperament. Sometimes it just turns off. So I guess I'm taking too long cooking. It's like, hurry up and eat already. Alright. So there are my 12 Wendy's burger patties. And I'm going to actually smash these into the grill so they actually get bigger. You see them all. So they actually do get bigger in the pan. And I would pause this live stream, but I think you guys could still see my cooking, right? We got a little glare going there, but we're not using the air fryer anymore. We'll be over here on the stove. Alright, so I am going to leave my spices out for just a few because I'm going to want to put a few additional spices on top. But in the meantime, we're also going to have to get our bacon cooking. So basically, this is really easy. You get your butcher knife and you cut it in the package in half. So let me put these somewhere, like back on the tray maybe, so they're not in the way. Okay, but they're all so organized. Alright, let's see here. If I put this on top of here. There we go. will consolidate here. Look at how much those held up. They're not even going to fall apart when you move them around. And they still have some airiness to them. They're not all rock solid hard patties. So I'm going to put these back on the tray and try to make sure that they don't get too disfigured by just stacking them on top of each other until I'm ready to cook them. And they will all be ready to throw on the grill just as is. There we go. I'm going to move these to the side. Okay, so this is how we do our bacon. It's going to be quick, super quick. And we'll throw it in the microwave. So I'm just going to cut through the package. And I think I have a sharper knife than this. I have my cool pink knives. But this one is the, what should you call it? This is a bread knife, so I don't recommend using a bread knife at home. But it does get the job done because it has serrations on it. So you basically want to just cut the whole package in half. Alright? Now when I take this off, all this should be in half. And it is. So now I'll probably have to cook it in 2 batches. And let's see my comments. Or that looks wonderful. Small pieces. The onion rings you want to use in whole. Like you want to slice them so that they're circular. Like the ring lights. You want them in the actual whole onion rings. Because that'll hold the batter together. And then you drop them in hot grease. And so you can fry as many together as you can. In however much grease you have, as long as they're like not overlapping. So just single file row on your fryer. And I think I'm going to have to do this in 2 sections. So how to cook your bacon in the microwave. You're going to lay it out so it doesn't touch each other. And single file line. Again. Here we go. And this is a lot of bacon when they cut it thin. You can use thick strips too, but this is just what I grabbed. It doesn't matter. Thin, thick, bacon is bacon. So it just matters how long you're going to cook it. And we're going to put this in for a few minutes and make sure. These, when you run out of spots, you can just fold them in half. Because they'll cook however you put them on the plate. That's the direction that they'll cook. So I'm going to put that one up there at the top. You just really don't want them overlapping too much. Too much. Alright, so that's perfect. But we're going to put our... Let me wash my hands real quick. Alright. So now we're going to get another piece of wax paper, put it over our bacon so it doesn't splatter everywhere, and put it in the microwave. The bacon is going to splatter, so the wax paper prevents it from splattering. And you're only going to want to put it on a couple minutes at a time till you know your microwave. And then once you get to know your microwave, I don't stand in front of the microwave. Once you get to know your microwave, then I need to learn how to make the big onion rings. Yes. I will do a video for you on the big onion rings. And I'll show you how to make a big, and you really want to pick the right type of onion. I'll show you all that, and the right type of batter so it sticks to it, and the right temperature. Make sure your grease is hot enough, because if your grease isn't hot enough, it won't fry fast enough. So make sure all that's in line. And I'm going to fix my paper here so it can turn better, because sometimes the paper gets in the way of your spinner. You know, the little thing that goes apart there. Alright, so I'm going to just press start. It only takes about 6 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Like, it doesn't take long. Let's clean my table so we can eat some of these French fries. Let me show you the fries. I have some bleach on here, so bleach down our station. And let me wash my hands one more time. Okay, and then I want to show you my potato. Alright, so sometimes you might want to eat this one with a fork. I wish the light was on so you could really see how beautiful it is. Let's see where my fork is. One moment, don't go anywhere. Make sure you smash that like and the bell and subscribe. So you can get updates every day when I'm going live, because I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff, sharing my life with you guys, to put a smile on somebody's face. So I like my french fries nice and crispy, and that is what we have here. I'll put it on the second one just so you can see what the onions look like, so you actually see it not on the burnt part. This is all the spices that get stuck on the bottom. That would be on your air fryer. These little papers save my air fryer a whole cleaning. So I like the good stuff at the bottom. So I'm going to scrape my paper, and I like this because the paper didn't tear when I tried to scrape it. So I'm going to definitely keep reusing the paper. I will have a link for you to purchase these if you want them for yourself. You can just click on the link and then order it, and then I'll send it to you. I don't think I'm going to fill you yet. Just trying to share some good stuff. Alright. Woo! Those spices at the bottom, they spicy. Alright, so I'm just going to show you what this looks like. And this is a delicious potato dish. This would be good like dipped in barbecue or ketchup or even ranch or any kind of special sauce. And then again, it's good by itself too. And I bet you wouldn't even know that this tastes like onions, because they got sweet. They're like sweet and spicy with the potato. And onions are so healthy for you. They like fix your body. So, all you have to do is cut up some. Let me read my comment. Good night, love forever, cakes. Good night, good night, good night. I know I got to my streaming a little late tonight. But this is so healthy for you. And I forgot what I was going to say. Alright. We ain't even got to the burger yet. So bacon. Alright, let me put these to the side before I eat them all. After 2 minutes in the microwave, careful because this one is hot, do not burn yourself. After 2 minutes in the microwave, you can tell that they are already almost halfway cooked, and they are already down to the size that you're used to seeing. So I'm going to kind of just pull these up a little bit. I could have used my fork, but I forgot. And you just kind of want to get them out the juices in the middle, which you can strain the juices out. But I'm just going to take them to the side like this so that they just cook a little bit faster. Like that. Alright, now I'm going to put my wax paper back over it and put it in there for like another 2 minutes. One moment. What is wrong with you? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put it back in here for another 2 minutes until it's all the way done. I got little puppies that were born 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I'm gonna start taking pictures of them tomorrow, just to give mom start giving mom a little bit of a break. She's such a good mom. She doesn't want to leave her puppies. She had four Siberian Huskies. So I'm super excited. They're cute. I think she has 2 red and 2 black ones, but my Dalmatians are jealous. That's why they're barking. They're jellies. So this does not take too long to cook. It's only been in here for 2 minutes, and I just put it in for another 2 minutes. And I need to wash my hands again. And I can hear it popping, which is why we have the wax paper over it. And careful it doesn't pop on you. Not quite done yet. So we're going to give it another 3 minutes. I think it's like 6 minutes total. And then we have to cook the other package. And then we're going to cook our burgers, and then we're going to be done. Because everything after that's just like assembly. So I could actually toast my buns. 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so I'm going to get my pan on the stove here. Can you see my pan? This one? Okay. And I'm going to toast my buns before I cook my meat while my pan is still clean. And then I probably will set them in here to stay warm, actually. That's probably exactly what I'll do. I still have one of those little papers in there. So I'll toast them on the stove and then throw them in there to keep warm. And on my front burner here, I want to kind of go high on this because I want to cook my patties hot. And I also want to get my buns toasted kind of quickly. The longer you toast them, the more they dry out. I really just want like a real crisp extra little toast on the side. And if you want it a little extra crispy, you can add a little mayo to it, which I have right here. Let's check our bacon though, while our pan gets hot. And we're going to check our bacon. We'll have Wendy's Baconator burgers at some point tonight. Thank you for joining me. Hello. Alright. Now be careful because it'll pop. And it is almost done. I need to rearrange it a little bit. Let me show you what we're looking like without burning my buns. I do need hot mitts for this. So there's my paper. And here is my bacon. I know the light's not so great, but you can see how it's cooking. All those juices I'm going to pour out. And then I'm going to put it right back in to my microwave after I mix them around a little bit. So that's the hot spot. Those are going to get the crispiest on the side up here. So I'm going to put the fat ones, I'm going to switch the fat ones with the crispy ones. And put it back in the microwave for a couple more minutes. And then it's going to be perfect Baconator bacon. See how it looks? It's already starting to look like Wendy's bacon. I just like my bacon a little bit more cooked. You can stop there if you like it a little more chewy. That was only 5 minutes. So let's put our paper back over it. And give it another, oh, this will make 5 minutes. So that was 4 minutes. My pan is getting hot enough, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bun. And I'm going to take my mayonnaise, just a little bit of mayonnaise, right? And I'm going to put it on my bun, like so. And then I'm going to put it face down. So I'm just going to put a little bit of mayonnaise on my bun, like so. And then I'm going to put it face down. You don't want too much at all, okay? And you don't want it to stick, so don't push it down too hard. You just want it to, so I need 12 patties makes 4 burgers. So just enough, don't want it soggy, just enough to make it crispy, okay? Not enough to make it soggy, just enough to make it crispy. And we're gonna have to get, how many more buns in here? 4 more buns in here. Let's see if we can fit them in this huge pan. So now our bacon has been cooking for 5 minutes in the microwave. And we can multitask. This is actually pretty easy, the easy part. The French fries are the hard part. The hamburger is the easy part. And I need 2 more burgers. I need 2 more buns. Yeah. And 1 more bun right here. And then we're going to throw them in our air fryer to keep warm because we have a button that says keep warm. And we're going to use it. Alright. Because we got a George Foreman air fryer. Alright. So I got to hit the gym again. I got to work on these abs, y'all. You going to go live with me while I'm working out? Alright, so that's what we're going to do. That's 4 hamburgers. And I'm not going to have any fries left by the time I'm done. Once our buns are toasted, we can put them in the air fryer and we can cook our meat. And I'll show you how to get that real thin, flat patty because the burgers will cook down. And are these toasting? Yes, they are. Yes, they are toasting. And they are toasting, they are toasting, they are toasting, they are toasting, they are toasting. They're toasting. Yeah. There we go. Whew. Sweating up in here, huh? Oh yeah, that's bacon. Alright, so this is really, I do tend to burn my toast. So, I didn't even look at my messages. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and take these off and put them in here. See how they're toasted like that? Thank you for watching. We're making Wendy's Baconator Baconator burger. So here's our buns. They are slightly toasted. And they are going in, that's a nice little toast on that one. That got good and toasted. And we're going to put our, this one needs a little bit more. We're going to put the ones that are done in our air fryer. Ooh, the light came back on. What do you know? Sent a request to be in your live video. I do not quite know how to do that part, so forgive me. I shall learn, and next time you want to be part of the live video, I will zoom you in. But today, I'm not sure how. So, there are our buns, and they're actually kind of hot. Hot potato, hot potato. These are brochure buns. Broquette buns. That's hot. Hot, hot. I needed a, whatchamacallit, spatula. I have one right here too. I'm such a weirdo. Alright, so you just want the one side toasted. You don't want both sides toasted. And then as soon as this get a little bit more color, I'm going to throw my meat patties down and I'm going to smush them. Alright. And then while the meat patties are cooking, we're going to finish our bacon. So those are all good right in there where they will stay warm. And now we're going to get smoking in here. Where did I put my meat patties? Oh. So I will keep these to the side so they're just available for me. Because they're mostly out the picture anyways, right there. And we don't need the raw meat anymore. Because we're going to have cooked meat. So I'm going to take my perfectly square, look at that, oh, meat patty that I was playing with too rough and it fell apart. Alright, so just smush it back together if that happens. Like so. Okay? And it's still a square. And then I'm going to try to put as many of these in here as I can. But each one, I'm going to want to squish down. So, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm now going to turn my heat down to medium. And I want these still juicy, so I'm not going to play with them too much. But I don't want it to stick to the pan. So I'm going to let it cook a little bit more. And keep squishing it down some. Alright. And we'll leave that one alone for a minute. Now that we know it's not stuck to the pan. And now we have to put more on here. See, this one's a little bit more solid. So we can mess with these ones a little bit more. The ones on the corners are a little bit more gentle, I guess. Alright. So I could fit another one in here. Now these I need to squish down. So, once I know they're not stuck to the bottom, I'm going to squish these down with my squisher. Now if you don't want them as flat, you don't have to use this part, but if you want them flat, you do have to do this a few times in a row to get them really flat. Because every time you push down, they extend a little bit more. Now I'm going to move them to where I can get that smusher part. I can get all 4 of them in one smush. And if it gets too hot for you, use your oven mitt. This is hot grease, okay? It can burn you. So we're going to smush and let go until they're about as thin as we want them. And I don't know, I might have made these a little bit thicker than I anticipated. But once you finish cooking, hopefully they'll be as thin as, pretty close to as thin as Wendy's. So, I got pretty far so far. And that one might just fall apart on me. It's a little tenderoni. A little tender under the belt. So, don't splatter yourself when you flip them. Yeah, that one kind of came apart a little bit, but that's alright. It's still going to taste delicious. These ones look like they have enough spices, but at this point I'm going to go ahead and put a little more spice on them. Because I like my burger spicy. But spice how you want. And I will get back to my comments in just a second. As soon as I get this on here. And squish these babies down. And this is what the patties are going to look like when you get them from Wendy's too. There we go. There we go. We're just going to leave the weight on them to kind of cook them down. Let's see how our bacon turned out. Let me check it out. Thank you for watching. And we are about to put together Wendy's Baconator burger from home. How you can get them flat, square, and tasty is right here. We got our bacon cooking in the microwave, and I do believe it's done. I think one more minute. I'll show you in just one more minute. I like mine a little bit more. That's 30 seconds. I like mine a little bit more crispy, so there we go. We're almost almost done with our first batch of burgers. I need a burger plate. Actually, I could probably use, what did I do with one of those? Because they're so greasy, I can use one of these. I'll just put them on a plate. Alright, my bacon looks about done there. Looks about done indeed. And I need something to put them in for, what's my Indian plate. And there's some paper towels. Where am I going to put my burgers? We shall use this fine china here. Alright, thanks for joining me live. I hope you smash my like, my bell, and subscribe. We are making Wendy's Baconator burgers. And this is the messy part. So we do have our burger patties. Look how thin and square those are looking. Let me get you a close-up. We will get the grease off of these, but see how thin it is? Ooh! That'll be the puppies. Okay. Just kidding. Alright, so we have our patties here. And I'm going to probably pour out some of this grease. And my grease catch. There we go. And I will have to make an extra burger packaging now, but that is okay, because I'm always dropping stuff. Alright, here we have the first 3 patties, and we're going to squish these down a little bit more so that it can finish cooking, and then we'll put them on our plate. Where does this plate at? If you want to catch your grease, just put a few in the middle of the plate, and the grease will drain down into your plate. And then we will finish cooking our burgers, and we'll put it together, and our bacon is done. Oh yeah, look at how perfect this bacon came out. I could use this for the next batch of bacon. It is super hot, but perfect bacon. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my finished plate as well. Because I also want the grease to drain out of this bacon. And we have to try a piece. Look at that. Look how perfect that bacon is. Wendy's bacon style. Ooh, it tastes delicious too. Alright. On this plate, I'm going to put that in my grease trap as well. And I'm going to put the rest of my bacon on this plate. Now remember, this is raw meat, so keep it separate from cooked meat. Just FYI, you probably already knew that. And I'm going to rearrange this on the plate just like I did the other half of the bacon. Thanks for tuning in. You dropped it, yes. Yes, I did drop it. Yes. Now my mama dog is going to have a lovely Wendy's patty. I will have to make another one. Indeed. Yeah. I'm glad you got that on tape. This is kidding. It's about time I dropped or burned something, right? Alright, so we're going to try to get this whole bacon on here. As you can see, it does cook down, and I don't want to do another batch. So we're going to make all this fit onto this one plate, just like so. And then we're going to put this back in the microwave, just like so. And we are going to wash our hands, just like so. Alright, so our patties are probably cooked enough. I wanted to get some color on them, but now they probably got too much color. Let's see. Let's get our bacon in here cover it up and put it in here for about 5 minutes. We'll start with 4. Actually, we should start with 3, so I can turn it. So, bam. And to my hands again. Okay. Would you eat the one I dropped? Would you? I can't, right? Gotta make another one. Alright, so I have squished these. We got the point of squishing. And let me show you what I got. Look at that. That is a perfect square patty. Look how thin that is. You see how thin that is? That is just about as thin as your Wendy's burger. And that's how you do it. With a rolling pan. With a rolling pan and a sheet. I forget what they're called. Can you see me speak? Hello. I didn't get your name though. My comments appear and disappear very quickly. So I am going to get a little more color on the back side real quick. Just because I can. And I want to. And just a second. Just a second longer. This next one I should be able to put more. Let's give it a little more spice. Yeah, just some garlic sauce. Just a little more garlic sauce. Alright. So I'm going to call these good. I'm going to put them on my plate here. And all 3 of these are one burger. So I'm going to actually put the cheese in between each patty as they sit on the plate. So it's pretty easy. Cook your meat and then throw a piece of cheese on the top of each patty, along with some pieces of bacon in between them. So we have our bottom piece, cheese, bacon. We have our middle piece, cheese, bacon. Really complicated here, right? You want to put the cheese on while it's fresh off the grill, fresh hot, because that's how you're going to get it to melt. So we got our bacon. They always give you like the tiniest piece of bacon, huh? Just like that. And then another patty. And then one more time, we're going to do this one more time. My cheese is already melting, that's what you want. And then some bacon on top. Okay? So you're going to want that. We're going to make the top one look good. So there we go. We have to make the bacon last. I think I used a lot on this one, but we only have 4 more. Yeah, that should be enough. It's about each plate 2 burgers. So 1 pack of bacon makes 4 I've been cooking for so long I forgot I was cooking. 4 Baconator burgers. I hope that gave you all a good laugh when I dropped the burger. That was not intentional, by the way. I have a Philly cheesesteak video where right at the end I dropped one of my Philly cheesesteaks on the floor. It seems to be a habit of mine. I think you could probably see it and find another video where I've done the same thing. So I'm going to just scrape this into my grease trap. because I'm over here talking instead of cooking. And I'm going to see how many of these I can put in here at one time. Alright, so 1, 2, if you need to push in your corners a little bit, you can. It'll still be square. 3. Use your fingers to pinch it together, like so. 4. And then we can get another one in here, probably another 2. 5. Alright, let me wash my hands. I have to make one more. Alright. So, we have one of our burgers already put together here. You can see how we're stacked up. We just need our bun. And I'm going to set them all back on the stove and kind of cover it up with some heat, just if it doesn't melt all the way. So let's keep our bacon over here. And our plate right there. And now that these are kind of stuck to the bottom, kind of cooked a little bit, you can move them around a little bit better. So you can make them all fit. And I probably could fit some more in here, but I want to flatten them out. So let's see. Yeah, we'll do them like that. That'll work. We'll put them in a ring in the pan, and now we're gonna smush them. All right. And then we're going to have to move them again. So we smush them a little bit and move them around. And smush them a little bit and move them around. And same here. And I will get back to my comments in 1 second after I get these burger patties nice and smushed. Alright, there we go. And there we go. And let's go ahead and spread these out a little bit. They take a little care to get them a little bit flatter, but I think it's worth it. I'm going to go ahead and put a little more garlic salt on them. It doesn't matter when you add more flavor. If you want to add more flavor, it doesn't matter when. Anytime during the cooking process, and it'll soak it up. So we have that. And I do want to press these out one more time. And then we'll have to drain the grease as well. So, get them on the outside this time. Just like that. And we took a piece of that one. We got a piece of meat on our smusher. There we go. Okay, so you could have gone to Wendy's and gotten this burger like 10 times already. But if you can master this at home, you can have a wonderful burger that's healthier for you and tastes just like Wendy's Baconator burger. So we're going to just let these cook for a minute. It's going to make them juicier. Splash some grease everywhere, like so. And we're going to go ahead and put our plate over here where it stays hot. Right over here. So the heat of the pan can keep it hot. All right, who do we have watching? Thank you for joining the woo. How are you doing tonight? I am making a Wendy's Baconator burger, and we've already made our fries, and I will need to smash another one because I dropped it on the floor. So why don't I go ahead and do that after I check on this bacon. And it is almost ready. I just need to stir it a little bit and let it cook one more time. It's looking just like the first batch. I'm just putting the, rotating them to the different side of the plate so they are evenly cooked. And another 2 minutes on those. Let's drain this into our grease tray. So our patties come out right. And I like to stack them right here so I can hold it while I dump the grease. And excuse me. Making sure I don't drop these. Like that one. Alright. So, you have to pull off some tricks to get the perfect patty. But once you do, look at how thin those patties are. And we could squish them down just a little bit more with our little smusher. And now our patties can cook. And we can smush them a little bit more. And I'll just go ahead and leave that on there. And take on this bacon. 2 more minutes. Let's make this extra patty. And it was a whole lot easier on the tray now that I was thinking about it. Now that I have to make my own from scratch, it's easier to get it all nice and perfectly square from the rolling pin. So I'll try to do that. This one's going to be a little smaller. It's a little smaller guy. You gotta be a little bigger. You gotta have a little more oomph on them to fit in with the big guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, Ray. We are having to hand make one because I dropped one on the floor. Well, I was trying to show you what it looked like because it was perfect, so I dropped it on the floor. Sounds about right. Alright, so here's my patty that I'm making, and I have, bacon in my microwave. So, let me get this raw meat off my hands. And now we can flip our burgers one more time and put them on our sandwiches. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my plate back out here and get my bacon back out here. And that should be enough bacon for this second one. So I'm going to start with the patty. And I'm going to kind of put it on my paper towel a little bit so some of that grease. Oh, that's good. It's going to be a Wendy's Baconator with more flavor. Alright. Cheese. Ooh, that's good. I can taste the kick from the red chili flakes. Spice it up. Spice up your Wendy's. Alright, so there's the cheese. And then we're going to put our bacon. Now remember, this bacon has to go for 3 layers, okay? So there's the third. Yeah, that should be enough. Alright, so we got that one, and then we're going to go ahead and put our next patty on here. Look how little that one came out. And our cheese. And then our bacon. And our patty. And more cheese. This is a triple layer Baconator from Wendy's. And more bacon. Like so. Alright, then we're going to put, we have 2 out of our 4 so far. And I'm going to have to get some fresh paper towels for my next batch of bacon, which hopefully is ready in here. Nope, 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Let me get my paper towels ready. We're pretty much done here. Look, we got our 2 of our Baconators already ready to go. And we're about to finish up our patties on the other 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put these one more side. Get a little more color on that one. And I will have my bacon and my burgers over here for a second. There we go. We'll have to put those back on the pan to heat them up before we put our cheese on. Alright, so my bacon is perfect. Now let me get my the rest of my patties on here, so we can be to our finishing stage. And these ones have a lot more spices on them, so I'm not going to add any more spices to this batch. I'm just going to cook it the way I made it, because you can see all those swirl of flavor in there. Alright, so you wash my hands real quick. Get this out the way. And wash my hands. Okay, we have a comment. You're gonna have to open wide to take a bite out of that. I'm definitely gonna have to open wide to take a bite out of that. My burger patties are probably close to about the size and a half of Wendy's. If I smush them down, Thomas just forgot, a little bit more, I can get them a little bit thinner. So let's see how thin I can get these done. Remember, you gotta smush them down in sections. And now I'm gonna flip these so I can get it even smaller, even thinner, so I can get my mouth around them. And some of these are nice and juicy. These are gonna have so much flavor, they're gonna be so juicy, and you're not gonna want to stop eating it. And lucky for you, you don't have to pay $10 a burger. You just have to put in 10 hours to make it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Alright, so I'm kind of pushing outwards to smash the burger. And these ones I got smashed pretty good. So you probably want to do only about 4 in each pan. If you do 5, they come out a little bit thicker. You can tell this one on this side is thinner. Those came out thinner because I smushed them like this. Alright, I'm going to have to get some of this grease off so my burger can cook though. And to do so, I'll let them cook for another minute before I take some grease out. Let me go ahead and just turn it up a hair so we can get this done. And let's get our bacon out. on the clean side here. Look how perfect the microwave cooks the bacon. So, I'm going to put these individual pieces onto the grease trap. And this plate goes to the grease trap. For all my diehard fans that have spent the whole time with me, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. We're having fun making Wendy's Baconator burger. This is the Wendy's triple stack Baconator. So we have 2 of them already made, but if you've been watching this whole thing, thank you so much for being my super fans. We already have 2 made. And we're in the process of making some more. We're going to have the rest of that cheese melt. We're going to put them in we're going to warm them up in the microwave. We're going to cheat. If you put them in the pan or put them in the warmer, we could warm it up in the air fryer too. That might be better than the microwave. Might be faster too. Just have to turn the grill on for a few seconds and it'll melt the cheese down. That's all we want, just to melt it. Right before we put it on the bun, which we have our bun in here, staying warm. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and flip these, and then I'm going to take the grease out in the grease trap. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. And then that's going to hold my burgers in place as I pour it out into my grease trap. And now my burgers can finish cooking. Get them on the smusher one more time. That one got a little bit fat right there. And so does this other one. So we're going to squish these 2 down. That's probably the homemade one I look. I mean, look, the cookie sheet ones look square. The one I made by hand looks all chunky. It doesn't even look like a square. Oh, awesome. Thank you for watching me live. I will be posting this video with all of my accessories, my George Foreman air fryer, my mixing bowls, my chopper. So if you want any of this stuff, you can just hit the link in my description and you can get it. So you can have fun in the kitchen and get the results that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and move these in a little bit and give me some water. It's hot up in here. Alright, I'm going to go for my water bottle. Oh man. Can't believe I dropped that burger. Yeah, I can because I dropped my Philly cheesesteak, so. Alright, what are you cooking? What is the other? Man, YouTube doesn't show my comments long enough. What am I cooking? Wendy's Baconator burger. And my homemade fries, which I have already cooked. I need a serving side dish. Alright, did I make it back? So I'm going to go ahead and split up my fries into these 2 different serving trays. And I'm going to scoop them up with this spatula so I can get the onions. And then I'm going to be able to make more, but this is about 2 serving dishes. Nice little bite size. fancy fries. These are homemade fries with onions, with caramelized onions. And they are our star side. And you want to make sure you get those onions on there, because they hold all the flavor. So there we have our sides. Instead of Wendy's fries, we have our fancy fries, which if you just left them plain and cooked them the same way we cook these, it'd be regular Wendy's fries. We got our last of our burger patties cooking. It really does help to leave this on top of your burger to get it flat and keep it flatter. We got our bacon ready to go. So here's our serving tray, and here are our two sides. And let's flip our burgers. What do I do with my spatula? Oh, here it is. I'd lose my you-know-what if it wasn't attached to me. Okay. We're going to flip these beautifully. This one came out really flat. Look, let me show you without dropping it. See how flat that is? That's pretty flat. And the more practice takes perfect. I mean, yeah, I think that's what it means. It's late. I gotta start cooking earlier in the day. Thanks for hanging out with me so late, though. And I only wish I could share my food with you through the phone. Oh, comment. Beautiful, smiling. Oh, you're so sweet. You like my smile. It's a little hard to smile when it's so hot in here, but you know, that's what I get for wearing a sweater. Alright. My last burger patties are almost done, so I'm going to go ahead and throw these other two in there, because I'm going to need them hot enough to melt the cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and put those last two patties back in here, so they can get nice and hot. And we're going to flip them so both sides are nice and hot. There we go. Just like so. Just let them cook for another minute. I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove off, because we are done, you guys. We're about to put our buns on. So, let me go ahead and get our buns. And we can start putting the bottom buns on our station. If we're at Wendy's, we'd use the foil. And I only want the bottoms first. So, I'm going to put all the bottoms down. Let me come over here so you can see me. Can you see me? Okay, so I'm going to, where? Up here? Okay. So, I have 4 burgers. I'm going to have, that's the top. Hold on. That's the top. That's the bottom. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my burgers down like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the top ones on the side, because I'm going to eventually have to put those on top. We're going to have to put the mayo and the ketchup on those parts. So, we have our bases. Now I'm going to put my hamburgers back in here to melt them down. And this is my air fryer I'm talking about, by the way. My George Foreman air fryer. So I'm going to put them on that cool paper I showed you earlier. And then I'm just going to turn this on. As soon as I get all 4 in there, I'm just going to turn on for like a couple minutes just to really melt them into each other. Get that real Wendy's taste. So, I'm going to put my bottom pieces down on my burger. And don't worry about it, my light is temperamental. So, going to go ahead and put a patty down. Here we go. Get the last of my cheese here. Oh, did I miss a piece of cheese? I think I'm missing a piece of cheese. That's funny. I thought I counted right. Okay, well, why am I not counting right? because I was only going to do 2 pieces of cheese, but I ended up doing 3 pieces of cheese. So I actually need to steal a piece of cheese. Well, they come with 3 cheeses. So, well, you know, I'll just take the top patties off and we'll just mix match them like that. So, we're going to do 2 pieces of cheese because I forgot that's what I was doing. And these ones, I'll show you what I'm doing here in a minute. Will just be plain on top or on the bottom. Let's do the bottom one. Plain on the bottom. Alright. So I'm adding a bun. I'm adding a meat patty to the bottom of each one. So there's only 2 pieces of cheese on these, 3 on Wendy's. But I was going to make mine with less cheese because that's too much cheese for me. That's right. I forgot. So I'm going to do the bottom one and then 2 bottom ones like this. Alright, we're going to do 2 bottom ones like that. And then the cheese and the bacon. And then we're going to do our final patty on top. This is the perfect one I made there. And then, my bad. Ooh, hot. Cheese. And bacon. And now we can put the rest of the bacon on all of our top pieces of our patties. So you're going to want enough to make it look pretty. Just like that. And we're going to put another piece on top of these ones, because those ones need another piece so they can look pretty. And everything looks pretty now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in here so my cheese can melt. And I'm only going to put it on for about 1 minute maybe. Just enough. See here in my air fryer what I'm talking about. We won't need this plate anymore. We don't need this. And we have our serving plate. So, here we go. We're going to turn this on for just a second. I'm just going to leave it on air fry, just because I really just want a little bit of heat inside of my George Foreman grill. Now, we are going to take our mayo and our mustard, and I need a new clean mayo knife. And we are at Wendy's Baconator. So, all you do is you take a little bit of ketchup, probably a teaspoon, okay? So, that's probably about all that I really want, is just for it to melt. So you're just going to do a squirt of ketchup, just a squirt, okay? And then we're going to do a squirt of mayo. So a squirt of mayo looks like this. It's just a little dollop. You're going to put that right on top, right next to it. Just a little dollop. Just a little dollop. And just a little dollop. That was a little too much, so I'm going to take some off of that one and put it on that one. Alright, now I'm just going to smear it in a little bit. Like so. Just so it's kind of all evenly over the toast. And we don't want too much sauce. So we want to make sure we have just enough for 1 burger size. Now that goes on the top bun, okay? So we have our top buns ready and we have our bottom buns ready. And there we go, we got our cheese melted. So here we go. I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to get my spatula here, my greasy spatula, to help me get these out, because they're going to be hot. So here is my burger number 1. I put it down on a dry bun. And then we are going to put the lid, the burger lid, on it like that. And we have our fully first made Wendy's Baconator. Alright, so next one, we're going to do the exact same thing too. And put it on top of the dry bottom. And then put our wet top on top, like so. Bam! Now we're going to do it again with this one. This is what you make when you got some real hungry people at your house. And you want to impress them, and everybody likes the Baconators from Wendy. That is their taste buds. You can really make this. Alright, wet top on top. That piece of bacon tried to escape, put it back in. And here we go. We got the bottom piece and our top piece. And we did it. I wish the light would turn on like right now. Just be like, ta-da! But it's not going to. So, nice. Very nice. Alright. Well, thank you for staying with me live. I'm sorry I didn't get to my comments at the end. You look pretty. Thank you. You have a cute little laugh. Thank you. What are you cooking? Yeah. So we are cooking Wendy's Baconator. And here, oh, I got another comment. Presentation is flawless. Oh, thank you. You like my... Let's see if I don't drop it though, okay? Because I'm like 2-0 on dropping food. So, all right, ready? Here we go. It'd been really cool with the light on. But here are our Wendy's Baconators and our fancy fries. Oh, there we go. We can see it a little bit better. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Alright, so here. Let me just hold one up for you. Let me show you. If you put another layer of cheese and bacon in there, it would be even cooler, but that's a lot of cheese and bacon for me, so here we have it. Our Wendy's Baconator. And I would try it in front of you guys, but I have to actually take pictures of this for my thumbnail, because I am going to be posting this to YouTube. So, don't pick out. I want the fry. I love the fries, though. They're my favorite. Thank you for hanging out with me. That's so good. I don't know how long it took me to cook all this, but here we have it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. If you haven't smashed that like, please do so I know you like me. And thank you for all my comments. Thank you everybody who enjoyed my cooking, and I hope it put a smile on your face. And I will be live again tomorrow, getting ready in the morning, and then we will cook something in the evening. I owe you guys a onion ring video and a green eggs and ham video.